We have everyday tools you never knew were invented by Black people. Look, man, we about to go ahead and check this one out. It is Black History Month. We haven't posted a video like this for Black History Month. But Black History is year round. You know what I'm saying? It's 365, 24/7. It's not just a month. But let's go ahead and check this out. Y'all new here, hit that sub button on the road to 200. Let's get right into it, y'all.
So why don't we break the spell with a hit list of under-referenced Black American inventors, whose work you touch, hear, and rely on every single day, whether you say their names or not. This is what I call the not-so-familiar list. James E. West co-invented the electric microphone in 1962. That tiny capsule in smartphones, laptops, hearing aids, and almost every modern mic, brought to you by a Black man, James West.
Wow.
George
Shout out
Edward
to James
Alcorn
West,
Jr.
man.
built the imaging X-ray spectrometer in 1984 that sharpened space and materials research. NASA named him Inventor of the Year. Translation, he built the instruments that actually see what the naked eye can't. Black brilliance. Meredith Gourdine pioneered electro-gas dynamics, devices like incinerate cut smoke and industrial pollution. He engineered the actual physics. David N. Crosswaite Jr., architect of modern HVAC controls for big buildings. He has 39 U.S. patents, some of which include heating systems for Radio City Music Hall as well as Rockefeller Center. So when you visit these places, your climate comfort is running on David's math. Walter Lincoln Hawkins created durable polymer cable sheathing so telephone lines could survive the sun and harsh weather. Otis Boykin designed precision resistors that stabilized consumer electronics and pacemaker controls. George Carruthers invented the far ultraviolet camera/spectrograph used on Apollo 16 to image Earth's atmosphere and interstellar space. When science looked farther, it used George's instrument. Jerry Lawson led the team behind the interchangeable video game cartridge, the truest pioneer to console gaming. Jesse Russell
Shout out to my gamers out there.
Digital cellular systems and base station tech. He laid the groundwork for the networks that your phone lives on. Marion Croak is the holder of 200 plus patents in voice over IP and internet call tech. So as far as internet calling as a service, she operationalized the pipeline. Valerie Thomas, the pioneer behind the Illusion Transmitter 3D image tech at NASA. Bessie Blount Griffin, inventor of the self-feeding device used for amputees and a disposable emesis basin. It's a clinical design that restored autonomy to its users in this country. Then it spread internationally. Alice H. Parker created the 1919 patent for a gas-fired centrally zoned heating furnace. She also planted the seed ideas.
I'm not gonna lie, Alice kind of look like a white lady. I'm not gonna hold you. She low-key look like a white lady.
Heating segmentation. Miriam E. Benjamin in 1888 created the gong and signal chair, a call button system predating hotel service alerts. The start of push to summon was formulated by her genius. Andrew J. Beard invented the Jenny coupler in 1897, which is an automated dangerous link and pin rail coupling. His work improved freight efficiency and worker safety. Philip B. Downing created the street letterbox in 1891 with a weather shielding door for mail drop-off. Yes, a Black man created the mailbox. John Stannard. In 1891, he invented the non-electric refrigerator and compact oil stove, the pioneer of non-electric appliances. Richard B. Spikes. He iterated the
non-electric refrigerator. How else was it powered though?
In 1891, he invented the non-electric refrigerator and compact oil stove, the pioneer of non-electric appliances. Richard B. Spikes. He iterated the automatic gear shift and most automotive safety systems. Lloyd Hall. He advanced food preservation, using safer curing salts, using spice sterilization, and antioxidants. He created the industry-level shelf life. So what was the point to all of this? Reality reads like this list. Black Americans were already here, already building, and already creating everything. Designing the microphones inside your phone, the networks under your texts, the heat in your building, the optics in your space science, the cartridges that built an entire gaming industry, the clinical tools that dignify autonomous care, and the dull metal boxes swallowing your mail on the corner. Erasing the creativity and the genius of the original people isn't accidental. It's an act of violence. You can keep pretending you invented everything, sure. Or you can look around, call things what they are, and stop living on lies. Pretending to be superior in technology and a spiritual power you can't even use. The entire world can see the limitations of racists. The big question is, however, why can't you?
They want you to believe America's biggest shoe story is Nike, but the real one started with a Black man they buried. His name was Jan Matzeliger. In the 1880s, shoes were luxury items. Most poor families couldn't afford a single pair. But Jan was different. He built machines with his bare hands. Here's the part they don't teach. He invented the shoe-lasting machine, the device that made shoes cheap enough for everyone.
Wow.
United Shoe Company grabbed his patent and made millions. But Jan? He never saw the wealth. He died young, poor, and forgotten. Think about that. Every shoe industry giant, from Nike to Adidas, stands on a foundation built by a black inventor whose name got erased.
Dang,
Jan's
for real?
brilliance made billions for others, yet his legacy never made it into your school books. They celebrated the brands, not the man who made them possible. Why do we remember corporations, but not the black genius who started it all? And how many other inventions changed the world without giving us credit? Comment. John, if you believe his name should be said louder than Nike, follow for more untold stories of black excellence in history.
Hi, this is just
That's
a reminder
crazy,
that
y'all.
Black people created country music. If you don't believe me,
Yeah,
here
I
are
have
some
heard
of the
this.
sources
I have
about
heard
the
this,
history
y'all.
of country music, including one from Harvard. For instance, the banjo is a crucial instrument in country music, and it has its origins in West Africa. It's similar to a lute that was brought over by enslaved black people during the transatlantic slave trade. What is now called hillbilly music actually has a very rich history in things like African folklore, field songs, spirituals, and the blues. We see a lot of white people trying to gatekeep country music, and yet they are neglecting the fact that the very reason this genre exists in the first place is because of this root.
Yeah, I remember. I think this conversation came about back when Beyonce was doing her, you know what I'm saying? She was doing her country thing. You know what I'm saying? That conversation came about. But yeah, I've heard of this before, y'all. It's
traces
crazy.
all the way back to enslaved black people, to African music, and to a genre that was born of oppression in the United States. So when people complain about Beyonce not being country music, or when white people were mad about Lil Nas X, just know that like many things, this hatred is rooted in racism and cultural appropriation, because guess who was actually the founders of this genre? It wasn't white people.
That's wild, y'all.
Developed is overexploited. So the idea that Africans have never invented anything is simply white supremacy. So here are a list of inventions that come from Africa.
Ancient Egypt, they got the first surgical tools. Surgical instruments like the scalpels, forceps, and the sutures. Writing system, 3200 BC. We have both the hieroglyphics from Egypt and the Meteoritic script from Nubia. First university over in Timbuktu, Mali, 12th century. Over 25,000 students studied astronomy, mathematics, and law here, with a librarian who wrote 700 books by hand. First mathematics
700
system,
books
ancient
by
Egypt,
hand.
2000 BC, the Rhine mathematical papyrus featured algebra, geometry, and fractions. By the way, these were used to build the pyramids, so unfortunately it was not the aliens. Africans just got the sauce like that. First iron smelting, the Nok culture of Nigeria, 500 BC. Iron tools revolutionized agriculture and warfare centuries before Europe's Iron Age. First cataract surgery. Yeet. First star maps by the Dogon people of Mali had cosmology that predated Western telescopes by centuries. First antibiotic, Nubia, 300 CE. The invention was tetracycline in Nubian beer. First solar calendar over in Egypt, 5000 BCE, the Nabta Playa, the world's earliest astronomical calendar older than Stonehenge. It predicted monsoons and guided agriculture in the Sahara. It wasn't just iron, advanced metallurgy of the Haya people of Tanzania developed preheating techniques for steel production. Their furnaces reached temperatures of 1800 Celsius, centuries before the Bessemer process in Europe. Urban plumbing in ancient Zimbabwe, 1100 CE, the kingdom of Mapambumbwe already had engineered drainage systems that predated Roman aqueduct. Neurosurgical trepanation. Yee! Special shout out to the first board game, Senet, played in ancient Egypt.
I thought that was Mancala for a minute. Y'all know Mancala?
Last but not least, ancient Egypt had the world's first Karen. I mean, the world's first complaint. I'm tired of doing business with
The
you.
world's
You have been
first
the worst
Karen.
merchant I have dealt with. I'll tell all my friends not to purchase wear from you anymore. When it comes to SaaS, I guess it's confirmed. It started in Africa.
Comment down below which one was the craziest for y'all. Mine had to been the shoes one, bruh. I never knew that, bro. The shoe one was definitely crazy to me. Comment down below some that you know that they might have mentioned in the video. One that I know for sure because I am a foodie. I know peanut butter. Black people, we invented peanut butter, bruh. We invented peanut butter. Comment down below other ones in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoy my reaction commentary. This special light channel. Stay tuned with us, y'all.